If you're like many golfers and when you see your golf ball slowly roll into a bunker and you just think, oh man, I'm really in it now, probably thinking double or triple bogey, then you've come to the right video. I'm here to give you a few very simple but also extremely effective tips that are going to help you become more confident and consistent when hitting out of greenside bunkers. Hey everybody, I'm George Conley with Scratch Golf Tips. Thank you very much for tuning in. Now, just to start off here, the first thing that we want to do is evaluate the type of shot that we want to be hitting out of the greenside bunker. Now, I know that for a lot of amateur golfers, it's not as easy as saying, I want to hit it high, I want to hit it low. You may just have one shot, and that's totally fine. Now, once you know what shot you want to hit, and again, if it's just, I want to get out of the bunker, that's totally fine. Take the club that you want. Generally, it's going to be a 56. For some people, they prefer a 60 if they want to get a little bit higher. Some people like the 52. Generally, across the board, let's go ahead and use a 56. And now the first issue, and one of the most prominent issues, is how people set up to the ball. Say you're coming off, maybe you hit a 7-iron into the bunker, you step up to this, and you have about the same stance as your 7-iron. Ball in the middle of the stance, standing up pretty tall, and you just want to give it a nice whack. This is a very, very different playing surface. The way that you hit the ball out of the fairway or rough is completely different than how we're going to hit it out of this sand. So let's talk about a few slight variances that we can make to make our setup feel a little bit more comfortable when hitting out of the sand. The first thing we're going to want to do that's super important that a lot of people just simply overlook is we want to get low. Bend those knees. Now, generally, there's a little bit of knee bend in a standard golf swing. I get that. We really want to get low. And what that's going to allow us to do is instead of having us stand tall and have this club be really steep, when we're low, the ball is going to kind of glide through the sand and help that ball out. And it's going to allow us not to dig too deep and then chunk the ball. Because I know that for a lot of golfers, if you're getting too steep, you're just going to chunk that ball and it's not really going to get out of the bunker at all. And I know that that's the most common and probably the most frustrating issue for a lot of golfers. So once we get a ball in the bunker, we're going to get a little bit low. You can also get that handle a little bit low too. You don't want to bend your knees, but keep this handle nice and tall. Just feel athletic. Get those hands low. And if we're just trying to get this ball out of the bunker, maybe on the center of the green, which is always a smart call. I don't care if the pin is tucked way left, tucked way right. There are issues that present itself if we get really aggressive, especially when we're not too comfortable out of the bunker. So generally just aim in the fattest part of the green. Now get those knees low and get those hands low. We're going to open up the club face just a little bit. Don't want to sky it too open. Open it up a little bit by curling that grip up in your fingers into the palm. And now for different people, they have different approaches in terms of their swing path. By path, I mean, I like to be pretty steep, meaning I'm across the ball. That's just what I like to feel. For some people, especially drawers of the golf ball, they like to be a little bit more into out. And just, I know that Tiger Woods, who's obviously one of the best out of the sand, he likes to feel a draw. Well, someone like Rory McIlroy can occasionally get very steep. So this is just about playing with what works for you. There isn't a right or wrong answer in terms of path. Now, I think the number one tip and the biggest takeaway from this video is going to be the importance of chest rotation. A lot of people get really flimsy with the arms and they just get kind of lazy and hope that they can pick it out. But we really want to have that chest be involved. Now, I'm not talking about like a full driver swing involvement, but just make sure that you're, while you're staying pretty condensed and close in the golf swing, we want to have that chest come back and we want to have that chest come through the golf ball. You want to be pointed at your target after you've hit the golf shot. So let me show you what this doesn't look like when we get a little bit handsy. You know, you're going to stand up a little bit, keep that grip up, and then you're going to thin the ball right over the green because we didn't get down on it and it was all hands, so we're getting very reliant on the wrists. Now, on the contrary, if we hit the same shot, same club, but we get low with the knees, get this handle a little bit low. I always, before a bunker shot, will do one of these just to have that feeling of that upper body rotation. You know, I'm pointed towards the camera, and then after the shot, I'm going to be pointed towards where that ball's going. Knees low, handle low, quick rehearsal, splash it out. That came out very nicely, hit about, I'd say 2.5 inches behind the golf ball, and it came out perfectly. So just to sum up, in the setup, we want to be low with the knees, get that handle a little bit low, slightly open up that club face for a pretty basic shot. We have the 56 degree. No matter how you hit it, you can go inside, you can go outside, you can be fairly neutral. But whatever you're doing, make sure that chest is pointed away from that target and then through the ball right at the target. I hope you found these tips helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments in the comment section down below. As always, we thank you very much for the support on this page. Subscribe to the Scratch Golf Tips YouTube channel if you'd like to see more content. Thank you all very much for watching. Play well and take care.